If you don't recognize what this bug is, that's okay, because you might have already noticed them before, but in other parts of their life cycle. From the family Cercopidae, this is the two-lined spittlebug. They're black with scarlet red eyes and scarlet red legs. The two lines may be red or orange or yellow. The wings are held roof-like over the back in an inverted V position. They're most widespread in the eastern half of the United States, and there's also a similar species that can be found throughout Central America. They suck the juices from grasses, and when they get older, from the undersides of holly leaves, asters, and morning glories. If you haven't seen them as adults, you might have spotted them in their larval stage. You might recognize them as little bubbles or spit, what looks like spit, in a branch, bush, or in tall grass, and you didn't know what it was. It's these guys! The eggs overwinter in grass stems behind the leaf sheath, or in plant debris, or in other protected areas. When the nymphs hatch in the spring and begin feeding on grasses, they suck plant juices from the turf grass to feed, and also to form a protective spittle mass that they stay in and remain hidden. The mouth parts do little damage, but the fluid removal leads to weakened, stressed grass that may turn yellow and then brown. And in the late summer and fall, the adults fly to feed on native and introduced species of holly. They feed on the leaves, but that may cause them to become splotchy and yellow and drop prematurely. There are recommended approved insecticides if there are areas that get them in higher numbers. Luckily, I've never heard of them ever being an issue. Meadowlark is a bird species known to feed on them. Their life cycle is in 3 stages: egg, nymph, and adult. They're most active during the spring and summer months, and their entire life cycle is less than 50 days. Eggs require 2 weeks to hatch during the summer. The nymphs feed for about 1 month before becoming adults. The adults are 1 to 2 weeks old before they can reproduce, and females start laying eggs. And a female can lay up to 40 orange-colored eggs during her lifetime. There are at least 2 generations per year. Well, this is a pretty unique little insect, and they create this little spittle mass to protect themselves in when they're in the nymph stage and young and vulnerable. Not a lot of insects do this, so it's definitely worth covering, and one you're most likely to find now that you know what to look for. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the woods.